Oh, everybody. Wow, we got people here already.
Oh, good.
Wow, that's great to see everybody. All right, we're Mike and Jennifer Wendland. This is Ask Us Anything in our live YouTube report every Sunday night at this time. Happy Arctic Vortex. That's why we have that scene behind us. For much of the country, snow. How cold is it supposed to get? Something like 3 below 0 is supposed to be the high up in this part of Michigan where we are
On
on
Wednesday?
Wednesday. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. So, and much of the country, I think even down in Florida, is supposed to be in the 20s, parts of Florida. So that is really crazy. So it should be a fun time. Lots of you already on the chat, and I will we'll get to that in just a second and start saying hello. I'm having trouble reading everybody,
I
so
am
you might
having
have to
trouble
read.
too. I think you've got that light right in our eyes.
Well, I do. So
Maybe
it's
I
kind of
should
going.
adjust it a little.
Okay, you want to go adjust it, yeah, and we'll see if we can work that out. Yeah, we've got all your comments over there, and I see a lot of you saying
Yeah, like we
hi.
got a police lineup.
Yeah, I feel like it. Yeah, let's see. Maybe turn it the other way. We should have done this before, but we came in a little late. It's been a busy, crazy day. I think that's a little better. Let's say hi to some people. The Fly Shacker. Hey, how are you? Whatever. We got a lot of guys. He was here first. All right. First place goes to the Fly Shacker. Thank you, sir. No self-advertising NSA. Whatever the heck that means. Phyllis, our social media guru and our moderator, is here, and she says hi. I don't know if you're back from Florida. We last saw Phyllis about a week ago at the Tampa RV Super Show. So you're probably back to that kind of weather, Phyllis. Hi to Larry. I believe Larry's in Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken. Road Trip Buddy is saying, hi, Team RV Lifestyle. Yes, we are delighted to be telling everybody that. I'm not going to go into it here in this live shot because I wrote everything I could about our big change, and you can go to the blog, rvlifestyle.com, and you can read the post about our plans and where we're headed and why we're so excited as we get to learn about all sorts of different RVs, and you get to come along with us. But we kind of told all that out and been talking on our Facebook group all night about it all day. And I'm all talked out about it. So if you wonder what we're talking about, and you probably
Your
see some
fingers are worn
references
down
here.
to little stubs.
Look at that. My fingers are worn down. They are.
Just little stubs.
Yeah, that is my fingers. So anyway, if you want to know what we're talking about, and you'll see some comments here, just go over to the blog, which is rvlifestyle, all one word.com, and you can find out tons of stuff from there. So I'm going to jump on and just hello to everybody. Stephanie says, hello, everybody. First time chatting. Well, everybody give a round of applause to Stephanie. And Pam is online, and she says hi from San Francisco. Want to give everybody a reminder, if you would do us a big favor, and we'll probably say this a couple times, but if you're watching, if you tune in, would you give us a thumbs up on this? Google seems to love it when you get thumbs up.
All right.
So do we, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, there goes a couple
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
It makes us feel really good to see you guys going. A couple of housekeeping things. As we said, the Arctic Vortex is coming. And when was the last time we had that? Wasn't that the time we did the dog sled race and it was 21 below 0 and we were camping in our Class B
I think
up
it
in
was.
Minnesota?
I think it was.
Yeah, that was the last time I remember it coming as bad as this. 3 below 0 is the high here in the Detroit area. Now, if you have an RV out in your driveway and you are in that big swath of the country that is going to get hit with that Arctic vortex, we want to make sure that you are sure that you have winterized your unit. In other words, you have run pink stuff, that RV grade antifreeze, RV or marine grade antifreeze, through the plumbing system of your RV. Yeah.
It's a little scary.
It is a little scary because it's going to get really cold. So make sure you have winterized. I'm assuming anybody that lives in where it's normally that cold, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, New England, But for those of you who are down in, maybe Kentucky, where it's still going to get incredibly cold, and even down in the panhandle of Florida, where it's going to get in the 20s, you want to make sure you are covered winterized. So you can look on the YouTube channel here just look under winterizing, and you'll see we've done several videos on it. Or you can go to the University of Google. RV winterizing, but it's cold. Somebody asked me earlier today if you were out there shoveling snow.
I was.
Were you?
I was
And
out
they
there
wanted to
for
know
an
if you were
hour.
wearing shorts.
No, I mean, I was bundled up today.
Yeah, it was very cold. So just be aware of this Arctic vortex, and your unit needs to be winterized. I know some people who, if you have a 30 amp service wherever you're storing your RV, I know some people who will bring in a little, one of those little ceramic heaters. We just used one on our winter camp out, and you'll plug that in if you've got 30 amp electrical out to your RV and it's just cold, and just turn that on. Turn on like medium, and that will help take off the frigid stuff inside your RV. I'm not sure anything would break, but it's not good for anything to get that cold, 3 below zero.
So we're going to put our heater out there?
I think we might. We'll have to do that.
better.
Actually, we won't have it on Wednesday. So
Oh, that's true.
We won't have it on Wednesday, so we don't have to worry about that. But and it's been nice and winterized. So, all right. So Stephanie, hello everybody. That was Stephanie's first time chatting. Pam Morrison in San Francisco, we got her. Let's say hi to Deb in Massachusetts. Oliver is in North Carolina. And checking in is our regular friend, Maureen Tweedley. Thank you, Maureen, from British Columbia, where it was a nice sunny day. Phyllis says she is still in Florida. Thank goodness. Iowa's way too cold. That's where Phyllis is normally from. And it was great. Say hi to your husband, Ron, for us, Phyllis. We enjoyed meeting him when we were down at that Tampa RV show. That was really, really fun. Hi from Panama City, to Dreamin'. Going to be cold in the Panhandle this week. Deb, does anybody know the exact dates for the 2020 Tampa RV show? Deb, I was actually looking it up just this week, and they haven't put it on their website, but it is going to be the third weekend in January. That is its traditional date. So 2020, the third weekend in January. It starts the Thursday, it ends on Sunday. And you can probably make plans to get there right away. But do you have the dates on that?
Well, the third weekend would be like the 15th through the 19th.
Yeah, actually, it does start on Wednesday the 15th, and it ends on the 19th. That would be if they stick to the same schedule, and I think they will. The other big RV shows are, let's see, what's the next big one? Oh, Hershey. If you just Hershey RV show, you'll see their date set in September. In California, then in October is the Pomona RV show. That is set. And in April, there is one that we have been to for the last couple of years in Phoenix. And I know they're doing that again this year. It is the Super Bee RV show that our friends at La Mesa RV put on every April. I don't have the dates for that, but that is all small motorhomes. And that is a lot of fun to look at that. So
it's a great place to go if you're interested in the Class B.
Class B. I think they have some C's there, don't they?
I believe so.
Don't
MB
they
plus.
Yep. Dan says howdy. Sue is saying hello. Our friend Jim Van Hewley is down in, I think you're in Arizona, Jim. Jim is one of our occasional writers for the RV Lifestyle blog, and we're delighted to see him. And Larry checking back in from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And good to see you guys on there, Larry and Jen. Jeff Burke is in Arlington, Virginia. Judy is saying hi from Kansas, and many, many others. So we're great to see you there. So you guys, it's nice and warm in California, says Don. That's good. So listen, here's the deal. You can ask questions here in the comments, and we'll do our best to answer them. There is something called Super Chat, and every now and then you'll hear us refer to it. And if you don't know what that is, if you look near where you comment, you always get uncomfortable when I talk about this, don't you?
No.
Oh, okay. Because it seems like, this is the thing that Google makes available. Google makes a little bit of money. We've got one already there. Anyway, you click that button, and you get a Super Chat. And in this case, now I have to run way down to the bottom, and this is a nice one. Let me see where I can find it, and I'll come back to the top. Lots of comments. Okay, this one came from our road trip buddy, Super Chat, $4.99. Whoa! Are you guys shopping for an RV now? How are you two, I bet he means. Well, we are. Man, I thought
This
it'd be
is a
an
lot of
easy
work.
job. It is a heck of a lot of work. I don't think we're aggressively shopping. What we're doing, and you'll see the first fruits of it this week. If you watched our Ask Us Anything from the Tampa RV show, we talked about all the different RV makers and how we wanted to go and visit many of the factories. Remember that?
Yes, I do, but many of the factories are very far away.
Yes, I know. And
So we
we're
went to
trying
the
figure that out.
closest one, our friends.
Yeah, two of our good friends, and we met them when they first started in business, and we had just started the blog back in 2012. It's Mike and Marcia Neuendorfer, and they are absolutely craftsmen when it comes to upfitting Mercedes-Benz Class Bs. They have a company called Advanced RVs near Cleveland, which is only a couple of hours from our house, and they've been after us to come and visit and see their process. They only make, I think, 18 to 20, 30 units a year. They're really expensive. I mean, they start at about $250,000. They're just unbelievable craftsmanship and luxury. But we've never been to the place, even though they're pretty good friends of ours, and we've run into them many times now over the years. And so we went and visited them, and we did a video. And we mentioned that we were thinking, should we do it? And many of you said, yeah, go do it. So we did a video, and that will be this coming Thursday. You can see that on the RV channel. But we also did an interview with Mike, and that will be on the podcast coming up on Wednesday. So you can see all of that stuff. Now, I got to go way back.
I don't know where you were.
And there we go. I'm looking to get all of our comments through here. So I'm just going to, and I know many of you are saying hi, but there's over 100 plus of you on here right now. And if I went through all of the highs, the entire time would be gone. But please know how much we appreciate you. And we are really, really delighted to see people saying hi. Okay, now I got to go way back down because our buddy Mark has sent us, there's Mark, a super chat. And Mark says, he just sent it. He just sent us some money. Thanks, Mark. I'll put that aside. You're supposed to ask a question, Mark. That's what you get with the super chat. We ran into Mark down in Tampa as well, and that was fun to see him. So, back to the regular questions, and let's see if I can get to them now. Sharon, from East Coast of Canada, hubby and I are considering the Heimer Active 1.0. Bed big enough? He's 5'10". That's what I am. So, yeah, I don't think that's a king. Is it the Active 1.0? I think that's maybe a queen.
Now, I presume Sharon has seen one of these and gone in it and laid on the bed.
Yes,
you
good
do not
point.
do not order anything without being in it. We met a couple at the Super Show, and they ordered an RV.
I think it was an Active.
Yeah, and she was very petite, short, and she had to get a step to get up on the bed, and then she got her knee caught between these slats and hurt her knee.
Yeah, they had slats or something over there?
And hurt her knee for 3 months. So just never buy anything unless you see it and you go in it and you lay on the beds and lay there for more than 10 seconds. Just make sure what you're buying because it's a big investment.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. So make sure that you have checked it and that you know what you're looking at.
And trust me, we have bought things too quickly ourselves.
Yes.
And then gone, oh.
Yep. So try it out. Our recommendation always is to rent something first. And you can go to rvlifestyle.com/outdoorsy, all one word, outdoorsy. And I don't know if I have a link to them up here or not. I don't think so. But you guys remember that. rvlifestyle.com/outdoorsy. That's a kind of a peer-to-peer rental thing. So people who have RVs that they're not using, they make them available to rent. And you can check that out and go from there. Okay, gosh, we're getting a million super chats here. And this one is from Roberto at $14.99. Whoa, that's you're not getting your money's worth here, Roberto.
Well, he did.
He says, "Great seeing you too, and Bo." Well, it's always good to see you, but gosh, Just well, I guess that's how you get fame, right? But it's always good to see Roberto on there. Thank you for that. That's great.
Bo is out in the other room sleeping.
He's storing his
And it's
energy.
not even 8 o'clock. Usually he goes to bed at 8. I think he's resting up because we are going to get snow tonight. And Bo's going to be a very happy elk hound tomorrow.
How much snow are we supposed to get up here? 5 to 7 inches?
Something like that.
Yeah, so we'll see. Here's another question from Roberto. He says, just read your article and... okay, good. That's the one on that I just talked about at the top. That's at road trekking. There you go. It's not on road trekking anymore. It's rvlifestyle.com. You can find that, and you'll know what Robert's talking about. Hello from Metro Detroit. We just discovered your channel and in the process discovering which RV will suit us best. Well, thank you, Joanne. And gosh, there are so many to choose from. And I want to suggest that you join our RV Lifestyle group on Facebook. We've got something like 19,000 plus people there who will give you all sorts of advice about every kind of RV you can want. Just go to Facebook.com. Just search Facebook.com for RV Lifestyle Group, and you should be able to find it. Puri says, love to see you on the RV show in Florida. Yep. I don't know if you mean the one we just did that's on our YouTube channel here, or if there is an RV show that you want us to appear on in Florida. But either way, check it out. And, we're happy to go on any of them. We always love doing that stuff. I'm jumping around here from trying to find these comments. And many of you are saying hi and how nice that is.
It's freezing in Honolulu.
Okay, let's go to that one.
Way down in the lower 70s.
Oh,
Thomas.
my. Oh, the humanity. Down in the low 70s in Honolulu. Thomas, you might actually put on a windbreaker and I have to go through there. Thanks for sharing that. Janet's on her way to Mississippi. Definitely warmer than Michigan. That would be for Pogo's big Smoking on the Bayou gathering down there. Janet Matthews, tell everybody hi from us. We wish we could be with you. When are we going to Florida? When are we going south?
No, because we've got to get an RV or else we just got to drive down in our car.
Well, we're going to... Here's our thing. If we were planning to go on February 8th.
Well,
right?
Actually, we were planning February 1st.
Okay, that's next Saturday.
That's Friday. We were going to leave Friday or Saturday, the 1st or the 2nd of February, but we don't have a vehicle.
We don't have an RV. What are we going to do?
Well, we had a whole bunch of Harvest Hosts we were going to go to. We were going to go to Texas. We got a lot of things we got planned. So, we've got a bunch of stuff. Put on hold for a while.
And what we're doing, we mentioned that we went to Advanced RV for a tour this week. We're going to another RV manufacturer that's not too far away from us in Elkhart, Indiana. We're going there this coming week. And we'll be doing a video on that. We have a video coming up after that about a couple of two different couples who both of them did a DIY van. They built their own conversion van.
That's what we'll do. We'll build our own.
Now you know that I don't even know how to. You don't let me even have a screwdriver in my my hand, do you?
That's true.
No, not at all.
Never an electric drill.
Yeah.
No way.
But everybody's been asking. Yeah, we are kind of looking, and we have so many options. And as I wrote in that blog post at rvlifestyle.com,
there are a lot of good.
Really nice ones. Yeah.
Good RVs.
I mean, we could buy a used one like we did the first time. We could buy a new one. Gulp. We could rent one, and we could maybe become brand ambassadors for another. I don't know what we're going to do, but we want to shop around and really take a look and learn about all of the different features that are out there. I think we're pretty well settled on at least a B size, maybe a B plus, maybe a B. We kind of like the sprinters. I think
what we're looking for is you want a workspace.
You need a workspace.
You want a desk.
Yes.
And what I want is a comfortable bed.
And
I don't want to carry a foam pad or anything to put on a sofa.
That's what we've done for 7 years. It takes up room. How big is that pad? It's like 1.5 inches, and you say it's not enough. We
need something.
Because the sofa alone is just not comfortable.
Not for us.
And
maybe
the workstation,
maybe for some, but not for us.
The workstation just has to do with our lifestyle, because we'll typically, when we're on the road, and we're on the road usually half to 3/4 of the time, I will get up first. I'm usually up at 6 maybe. and I will go up front and I will do some work while you are in the back sleeping. So we need a workstation that's in the front.
It's very funny because as soon as you get up, Bo takes your bed.
I
He takes
know.
your spot.
If I think I'm sleepy, I can't go back. So those are things. A comfortable bed, so we don't have to carry around pads for it. A workstation. We want off-the-grid capabilities. There's so much new technology about managing the systems inside a coach, and we want to look at that. And there's some other things like insulation, and sound dampening, and oh my gosh, there's so many things. Alternate power.
We want a smooth ride.
Yeah. So we have lots of stuff from all of that we will be looking at. All right, let's go back to some question. Hey everybody, almost there. Bringing some of that warm weather back, says Chris to Phyllis. Phyllis in Florida said a few minutes ago. And let's see. I'm going back. Hello, I got to go forward now. Let's see here. Sharon, East Coast of Kent. Okay, we've got to see. That's what happens. I get those super chats, and they're at the end of this.
Normally they put them up here.
Well, yeah, but they do some of them, but I can't take all of them. I can't put those up. We're talking tech stuff here in our little system. We have a system. I like to put your questions up on the screen, and if I just went straight with YouTube instead of this software that I use, we'd see those super chats, and I wouldn't lose my place. So maybe that's how important it is to all of you that you see the question. Because if it's not important, then the next time we do this, I won't try it, and we'll let you see how it works. My wife and I are looking for an expandable trailer, and we've never owned an RV before. Do you have any recommendations? Do you mean a trailer with slides? If that's what you mean. I think that's what you mean. And the term, Matt, is slides. It's a slide out, and it usually extends the length of the trailer. I guess it depends how big it is. It could be several feet in width. Some trailers have multiple slides. So you need to know how much room you need, how many people are going to be in that towable with you, whether you're traveling with your kids. They run, you want a reputable company because a lot of slides out there leak. Yeah.
So do your homework and check out your dealer and the company that manufactures what you're going to buy.
That is the most vulnerable spot in a towable is the slide, and really in a motorhome as well. That's where leaks tend to occur if they're going to occur.
And how about the solar panels on the roof?
Well, one of the things with solar panels is if they are, whenever you drill through the roof of a motorhome or a trailer, you mess up with the integrity, the structural integrity of that roof. And most of the time they're sealed and it's not a problem. But that's why some RV makers put, they don't drill them through. They use really high-grade adhesives to put them down. We have a whole video that we're going to do, and actually it's an interview in the podcast coming up in a couple of weeks. We'll hint at a little bit of it in this week's podcast about the truth about solar. We've all been sold, I think, I don't want to point fingers, but solar is not nearly as critical to your boondocking as some makers would have you think. Is that saying it kindly? Mm-hmm. The only time you get really maximum solar is when the sun is directly overhead, shining down on that panel. And that's like for a minute a day. Because as soon as the sun starts to move around, it starts to lose its effectiveness. Even if there is a contrail, a jet contrail in the sky, and it shades one of those little circles that the solar panel's made out of, it stops the whole thing from charging. And so it's not very effective. It's not very efficient. In fact, running your engine to charge your batteries for 15 minutes creates way more power into your batteries than running the solar does all day. Unless you've got this massive...
Now, we just learned this, correct?
We just learned this, yeah. And we always wondered, because we had a lot of solar on our other RVs, and I've always wondered, why, okay. And now we're learning that, solar's nice, and it does trickle charge. But, sometimes for some people, maybe just buying an extra battery's a better deal. We'll talk a lot more about that, and we've got an interview with an expert what will be airing in a few weeks. We're going to talk a little bit about it on the podcast on Wednesday, so you can check that thing. All right, let's go through and see if we can pull some more questions out before we get to. For some reason, I'm having trouble reading these questions. Are you? Are you?
I'm
Can you read
having
them
a
better
little
than I
trouble
can?
too. No, I can't.
Okay.
I took the light out of your eyes and put it in mine.
Yeah.
Why don't you, can you switch it over to that side? Your
Well,
questions?
yeah. Talk to them while I do some
Talk to 'em.
arranging here. Yeah.
There goes, woo, there, did they see that moving or
No, they don't
see
see
that?
it. Okay, there we go. Hey, I can actually read this much better now. I
Yes.
moved it over to
Needs
that
to
my
be
side
over
of the
by
screen.
you.
Didn't I used to sit on that side?
Yes, that's
Uh,
why they were over
Yeah,
here.
that's why it was. All right, lots of you still saying hello, and we love seeing all that. Tom McAllister, what antenna did you use with your last cellular signal extender? I used one from a company called RF, Solid RF. That's it, Solid RF. It's a Calgary, Canada company, and they make a really nice one. I've got it. I'm looking at it over in the corner there, and I should have brought it with me. I'd show it to you. But Tom, they're doing a new system at Solid RF, and I think this week is when they are going to make it available. And they're making a little tripod mount that will mount on any Class B roof, and or Class C, without having to drill a hole in the roof. It uses some adhesive tape that won't come off, in 70, 80, 90, 180 miles an hour, whatever you drive. And they have a whole system. So check it out. You can find them on Amazon. You can look them up online, but it's called Solid RF, and they do a pretty good job. Here's our friend Roberto. I just got back with a couple of I just had a talk with a couple of mutual friends of ours. Congrats on your new format. Okay, thank you. Let's go through some more of your questions, and we'll find out. Have you reviewed a leisure travel wonder? What are your thoughts? We love leisure travel vans. We love the Wonder. And if you go to our YouTube channel right now, the featured video on the channel, which is RV Lifestyle, just go to youtube.com. Well, you're here now watching us. So after this, go look at our featured video, which is from the Tampa RV Super Show. You'll see the Wonder. We went through the Murphy bed version, and Jennifer demonstrated how easy it is to set up that Murphy bed, how you can set up an office, workstation. And it's a really nice. It's on the Ford Transit chassis, and we thought it was a really sweet unit. They have a number of different bedding arrangements. The one I always liked were the 2 single beds, but they have a sofa version as well.
Yeah, they're full bed. There's the 2 twins, and then there was a regular size bed, and we're kind of used to a king size bed or something a little bit larger.
Yep, really nice, and
very nice.
They have several different models, but by all means, we think a lot of it, and you can see a couple shots of it in the Tampa Super Show video that we just had online. It's on right here on the channel, so take a look at that, and you'll see it.
In fact, I'd like to go to leisure, but that's a long ways away from
we've got
Michigan.
So we're going to Elkhart because, of course, that's the RV capital of the world, and we're going there this week to visit a company and to do a video on their process. But we'd like to go visit Pleasureway Industries, which is up in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. We would like to visit Leisure Travel Vans, which is in Winkler, Minnesota, or Winkler, Manitoba. But those are a long ways away, and this is wintertime, so I don't know if we're going to get up there, but we'd love to go do videos on both of those companies. And you suggest to us the companies that you'd like. Just send us an email. Go to rvlifestyle.com, and there's a way to contact us there, and you can send us questions. If you've got a company, an RV that you'd like us to go to the factory and do some video on how it's built, we'd like to do that. And I think that would be a lot of fun, don't you? Mm-hmm. And to have you guys sort of tell us where to go. Gary, I have to say I'm from Kentucky. Hi from Kentucky. Since you mentioned us, and the cold this week is going to be 11 degrees in Kentucky. Oh, that's cold. So Gary, you want to make sure that your RV has a lot of stuff in there.
Antifreeze.
Yeah. Bev says, how big is the Novi? I think she means the Novi RV show in Detroit, just in the Detroit
Pretty
suburbs.
good size.
It's a very big one, yeah. It's a large one. It's at a huge area. We went to it a few years back. We are usually somewhere down south, if we're up here, we'll probably attend and make an appearance or say
When is
hi.
that?
I think it's in February, but I think we'll be down south. That's our plan
Well,
now.
hopefully we will be.
So we've got a lot of travel and a lot of things to do, so we're not quite sure. David Hunt, our friend David. Hi, Waco, Texas, where it was 71 degrees today. Great rad power bike riding weather. Yes, it is. We love our rad power bikes. They are a lot of fun, and it's good to see you on there. David was our tour guide when we were visiting Waco last year. We went and did a story on the Gaines, Chip and Joanna Gaines, and how their Magnolia Enterprises have transformed. You know, they're the fixer-upper couple. How they transferred that city. Pretty neat place.
It was. David gives good tours.
He does, yeah. So that's pretty good. Jim Van Heuly says the Super Bee show that we talked about before is April 11th through the 14th, and it is in Arizona, in Phoenix, Arizona. So there is the dates. Thank you, Jim, for looking that up. I think we saw you last year at that show when we were there, and it was pretty cool. Todd says, you have a spare tire, and where's it stored at if you do? We always insist on a spare tire when we have an RV. Now, in 7 years of RVing, we've never...
Once.
Once? Oh.
Yeah, when I was driving and we got a flat.
But that wasn't your fault. That was
That wasn't
highway
my fault.
debris that got thrown right up at you. Yes, that's right. And it was really good we had that.
Yeah. It's underneath. It was hard to get to.
But
we lucked out.
We did. And we were able to drive it into a repair shop.
We were close to a place that could fix it.
That was in Kentucky, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's pretty good. What is the best way to winterize my washer-dryer combo? Man, I don't even know how to operate a washer-dryer, let alone winterize it. I don't know. Is in your RV? You know, I don't know.
Must be a manual.
That's a great question. There's got to be a manual. So check that out, and you could probably figure that out.
Find what the manufacturer and look it up.
Lori's in Tallahassee. It was nice meeting you in Tampa, she says. I wish you all the best. Thank you, Lori. It was great to meet you. We had so much fun meeting everybody at the Tampa RV show. We love to go to the shows. We try to go to 4 or 5 of the big shows every year and do meet and greets. And that was one of the more fun ones this year. It was really great.
It was nice to be there because we hadn't been there for quite a few years because we were always doing our winter camp out.
Right. We actually changed our camp out date this year, didn't we?
We changed it so that we could go to the Tampa show.
And we anticipate we'll be back at Tampa next year as well.
I'd like to be.
Yeah. Vanessa, I've been researching Mercedes engines tirelessly, and I continue to see people selling their Mercedes engine rigs in droves. Why do I see so many still being made and bought? I don't know. I don't see anybody selling Sprinters, Mercedes Sprinters in droves. I can tell you that they're very hard to get. Sprinters, used or new, they're extremely popular with RVers. Maybe you're talking about vehicles, car Mercedes, I don't know, but the Sprinters are very popular. They're the workhorse now of the Class B industry and the Class B Plus, which is really a C, but not quite as big as the traditional C. So they're out there. They're very hard to get. I know all the manufacturers are back ordered trying to get their new chassis. They're waiting for the 2019s to come in. So I don't know what you're seeing, but they're extremely popular, and everybody who has one usually really likes the engine. We've used 5 of them over the years, and we really, really like them. So it's pretty fun. Not only is Advanced RV up there in price, but a van build takes 2 years, but it is a custom build and not an assembly line like others. Yep, you watch our video. We saw a guy when we were there. We were wandering around. There was a guy. What was
Steve.
Steve. And we were walking through. We see this guy literally hugging this van. Right?
Yep.
I mean, you'll see it in the video. Literally hugging it.
He was so happy.
And he got his. He was taking possession the day we visited last week. And he said, what did he say? 1.5 years it took him to build it. And he went out there. He visited with them, I think, 3 times. Everything in it was his design or his color. They picked everything. His wife picked it down to the pattern on the drapes. No 2 of their vans are really alike. They're all just...
What was the name of his van?
Yosemite 73.
Okay, oh,
which is
that's
when he
right.
got
How could I
married.
forget that?
And he had I
Yep.
put a shot of his logo in the video, or I will. And so yeah, it takes a long time. They do. It's not a production assembly line. Every van. It's really neat. I'm giving away the video,
Yeah.
but this is why it's been so fun for us to go to these factories, and we can't wait because before we'd only been going to one factory that we knew about. Now we can see the processes, which are so different, so many different things out that we didn't know. But when you go into theirs, when you go into most factories or the one that we've known, they all had a number. It was something like van number 69483A or something. Well, right, who knows? But all of their vans, when their owners make the order, they name the van.
Hmm.
And so the vans, different stages of construction in the factory all have the name of the van on it. It's very cool, and it's very
I
personal.
like the name Giddy Up. I thought that was a good name.
Yeah,
Because our life is kind of giddy up. We
Now,
don't
is
slow
it
down much. It's giddy up.
okay, audience? Is it appropriate for us to steal the name of somebody else's RV? Actually, that RV is, I think, for sale. It's part of their rental fee. Hey, maybe we can rent that one.
Well, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but we really like that name. That's us. Giddy up. It's kind of the way our life goes. And Jennifer said, "Well, whatever, do one. When we get a new van, we'll just name it Giddy Up." But I don't know. Is that okay? You guys tell us. I don't know. I think it's all right.
Hey, is there more than one Mike? More than one Wendy?
Yeah, and I guess so. But it does that would take a long time. But it's these guys are not production line stuff. This is all custom.
What impressed me is they have a floor plan that they normally use, and some customer wanted the bathroom in the back of the rig. So that was, they were working out all the details of that. I think Mike enjoys the challenge.
Mike, the owner, Mike
The owner
Neuendorfer.
enjoys the challenge of trying to make people happy and give them exactly what they want, whereas other people would go, no, get out of here.
Yeah, take it or leave it. The other
Right.
other people, but
Right.
but it's a special kind of upfitters and all custom, and we've wanted to visit them for years. So I'm really glad we
You know
did.
what this reminds me of is the person that we met who retired, who was a CEO of a hospital, and he started making canoes.
Yes.
This is what Mike and Marcia are doing. Retired and then started making RVs
Yeah.
the way that they would want them made.
Yeah, one of the very first video stories, I think it's here on the YouTube channel, that we did in 2012 was...
First time we went to the Tampa show.
Yeah, but it was actually a few months later because we were going west, and we asked people on the blog to give us ideas, story ideas, and somebody contacted us and said, "Hey, come meet this couple that's making wooden, handcrafted canoes on the Mississippi River." And we did, and he was the former CEO of a hospital, high pressure job, who retired, and he made these gorgeous wooden handcrafted canoes. He even took us out, and I got to ride in one of the canoes out on the Mississippi River with him. It was great fun. But that's kind of like what Mike and Marcia Neuendorfer remind me of. As you said, Mike had a high pressure job. I think he was in the environmental industry, and they liked to travel. They liked RVs, and he wanted to build the best one. So he hired the best designers, cabinet makers, and they make really nice units. So.
And that's because they rented one, and it was such a not quality thing to rent that they thought they had to make something better.
Yep, so that's pretty good. All right, more questions. Nick Spencer jumps on. Nick says, what segment of the market do you think the Haven appeals to? The Haven was a new Ford Transit chassis model that was introduced at the Tampa show by Road Trek. And the Haven is... I think kind of for the active lifestyle, they have a sport package, with a roof rack where you can put a kayak on it. It's a little less money than some of the other models. And I think everybody's kind of looking for that active session. I believe that was a prototype. I don't know whether that Haven is in production yet. Several people, including their salespeople, said it's a prototype. So that tells me it's not ready for ordering. Maybe it is. I don't know. But they did introduce it. And we did, if you look at our video, you can see it. The one that's here on the channel from the Tampa RV Super Show, you can see the Haven. And what we found was a trend of many different makers now switching some of their models over to the Ford Transit chassis. And including at least a travel van with the Wonder. Winnebago makes a big one called the Fuse, a Class C, a big boxed RV on the Ford Transit van. Who else made Ford Transit vans that we did in that? We had Coachman. Coachman, the what's the name of the one they had? The CrossFit. So there were that's a big trend that we found, people using that, and it's a lot of people like the old Chevy vans, the old 190s, 210s, the RVs that are out there, but Chevy vans are very hard for manufacturers to get now. So I think the Transit's going to become extremely popular for a lot of people, and that should be pretty cool. All right. Todd, are there campsites for my Class B near the Mesa Super B RV show? I think there are. The La Mesa Super B RV show. It's held at the University of Phoenix Stadium, and I don't know if you're allowed to spend the night in the stadium boondocking. You might be able to, because I think there's enough RVs around, and when they have that show, there's not a lot of people. I would call La Mesa RV in Glendale, Arizona. That's where they're located. And tell you, you're curious, can you boondock in the parking lot of the stadium there? And let us know, because that would be really good.
Todd's got homework for next week.
You got homework, Todd. We want you to report back here and tell us so we can know. We hope to go to that. We like that show. It's really fun. It's really fun. We've had people, we've been the last 2 years, and it's kind of fun. You get all the smaller RVs there. I think we're pretty determined that what we want is either a Class B or a B+, but in the B family as we shop around for whatever we get for our next one. Joe, have you got any tips for eating healthy on the road?
Make food at home as much as possible. Bring meat, freeze it. Put it in your freezer as much as you can carry. I don't know how big the freezer is. There's all different size freezers. So search out healthy restaurants. Remember our app when we were in Tampa? Healthy restaurants?
Oh, it wasn't even an app. But yeah, we went out. Wasn't it with you, Phyllis? And we just said healthy restaurants near me. And we found a really great organic. It was a Turkish restaurant with Phyllis. Oh, this is all quoting my. It's never mind, Siri. It's talking about. It's transcribing what I said. But we found a really good one, and then we went into Ybor City with our friends Joe and Kate Russo. Had dinner with them one night, and we tried to get into this really great restaurant down there. We couldn't. But we found another one right down the road that was excellent. So just use your Android or your Google or your Apple device and just say, give me healthy restaurants, and you'll find them. But Jennifer's advice about cooking your own is always the best, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. So let's see. Carlo says, loved your boondocking ebook. Thank you, Carlo. We appreciate that. If you guys wonder what that book is, do I have a link up here for it? I don't know if I do or not. Yes, I do. Here it is. You can find that book right there. It's our guide to boondocking. It was the first ebook that we sold because we put a lot of work into that one, and I'm glad you got that. It's an ebook, and it answers all your questions, gives you lots of ideas how to find free places to stay, spectacular places. There's no reason when you are out there, traveling from place to place, to have to spend $50 in a campground that's crowded and noisy when you've got these awesome spots to spend, and we share a lot of those in that book. So let's go check it out. If you don't know what it is, you can find it, and it's online. And thank you, Carlo, for I'm glad that you got it, and we'll probably update that sometime this summer, and you'll get an updated version of it as well. Stephanie has a question for us. She says, we will be traveling with 2 dogs. We would like any suggestions about vet care while on the road. And our dogs are very curious beagles. Okay. So,
pet care,
suggestions.
You bring your sheets with your kids, or your kids. They are your kids, your fur kids. Vaccinations on. You make sure you've got the name of your vet handy. So all that information is with you, the rabies shots and all the different shots that they've had in case you have to board them. And then for a vet, you just have to ask people or else go to the phone book.
Usually Pet Supplies Plus, is that it? That has a vet service with them. Many of those around the country
Is
do.
that Bainfield?
They have Bainfield Pet Services with vets. Your vet can give you a referral in an area, and if you want to see what we carry around with when we take Bo in our RV, Jennifer has a video, her 17 tips about how she personalizes and organizes stuff in the RV, and that's here on the YouTube channel, and you can find that out and go from there. Tom, what cell phone extender antenna? I already did that, Tom. I'm sorry, but anyway, I answered that question. It's from Solid RF. Let's see. Tom says we still have openings for the Class B rally in Pennsylvania in May. Tom, I don't know what that is about. You can post that on our Road Trekking Facebook if it's open to all Class Bs. We're always interested in that. Where are we going to be in May? We don't know. We might be in California in May. But then again, we might be in Pennsylvania. So send us some information on that, Tom. We'd love to see it. And we'd go there. Lori says, what happened to your RV? Lori, go to rvlifestyle.com. And I don't want to bore everybody here with reading or saying everything that we just posted there, but you can learn what's going on there. So rvlifestyle.com. And Michael Ballard says, where's Major? Well, Major's in the driveway right now, but not for long. And again, you can go find that out at rvlifestyle.com. Jennifer says, Puri, you look great. Well,
thank you.
Have you a tuve about fitness?
No, I've never made anything from fitness. I've never...
A video
or anything about fitness.
Hey, I put a video of you up shoveling snow in your workout shorts in the snow the other day.
Yeah.
That didn't count?
That didn't count.
Okay. Well, maybe you should. Our friends James and Steph from the Fit RV. Steph is a fitness trainer, and they kind of do fitness on the road. So, who are we? And James is like a semi-pro bike racer, I think. He's really good. But and they kind of talk a lot about that. But we have not done any fitness stuff.
No,
Didn't you do something about? Yeah, you had in your 17 tips. You had about your stretch bands.
Yeah, the bands. But you can get a book. You can find a video. You can find something that's already made out there. I taught aqua aerobics for 29 years, and my people, when I would go away, they wanted me to make something so that they could put a screen up and I could be there even when I wasn't. And I thought, man, this sounds like the future. Then they won't need me. They can just put a video up.
All right. Our friend Mark is having fun with Super Chat. Let me go. My goodness, look at them all. Where did I see that, Mark? You just put it up. I see what it is there, but I can't put it up on the screen unless it
Bo
shows.
Needs snack money. That's right up here.
I know, but I can't. You don't understand. That's different.
Okay.
It's not over here. Never let my wife control the computer.
Well, I'm not. I am. It says Bo Needs snack money.
I know. I was looking for there it is right here. Now, see, there, 'cause I can put it up. Mark says, $1.99, Bo needs snack money. That's right. Hey, Bo, you got some snack money here. Thank you, Mark.
Bo is a spoiled dog. He's got these raw burgers he eats.
Yeah. Bo eats very good. He does. He does really good. All right. So let's go through some more of these questions, and we'll see. I got to go way back now to the beginning. Let's see. Veros Vapor, the new Galleria 24A has dedicated beds and a front workstation. Yes, we know that. We did a video on that on our Tampa RV Super Show. Go look at that video and you can see it. It is very nice. That's a really, what I really was impressed with that, and it's on our video, is the air conditioner on that unit. How quiet that air is and how much air it pushes out, which is really good for those of you in hot weather. But go look at our video on the Tampa RV Super Show right here, and you can see that. Carolyn says, "What's up with Road Trek?" They're still working through their issues, their problems. I don't know anything that you don't know that hasn't been in the media. I know they're open, people are working, and they're trying to get through this and figure out what's going on. And there's been a lot on the internet that you can read about it, but I have no more information other than what I wrote on the blog earlier this past week.
That was a surprise to us.
Yeah, we were.
Everybody else.
More surprised, probably. We were probably more surprised than everybody else.
Right.
Yeah. We learned about it. We were up in the Quamanon Falls on a camp out.
Yeah, it was
And
January 9th. We got a
January
phone
9th.
call.
No, we got an email.
Oh, an email.
But later on, we got a phone call. And
Right.
then, yeah, and it was like,
What?
you've got to be kidding. But I'm not going to speculate or any of that stuff.
We have no idea.
It's my
Time will
heart
tell.
goes with the people who work there and are wondering about their futures, and they're doing the best they can. Here's a great one. Ginger says, "Can you check out the Coach House Class B?" Well, we have.
Oh, I love that.
That is.
I want to do a video on that.
Well, they're in Florida, so we can
Maybe
go
we
visit. I
can.
did tell them I'd like to visit, and they invited us down. I think that is perhaps one of the best Class Bs on the market.
Okay.
It's a small company, family-owned company. They don't sell through dealers. They sell factory direct.
What I find interesting is it's a different floor plan. And in the back, they have a nice bathroom. And they have a door for the bathroom. You open up the door to the bathroom, and then you can look out the end of your vehicle. Rather than when the bathroom is in the back and you only have to then use your side mirrors, you can still use your rearview mirror and look
Yeah.
out. That intrigues me.
Yeah, I just think they
They
have a
had-
lot of really nice touches in
Yeah,
there.
2 definite beds, mattresses. When I have the twin beds, I like the idea that there's something to rest your back on, that you can also use it as a couch, that you
Yeah.
can sit on it.
Yeah. Coach House is just very well thought. They're in Nokomis, Florida.
Where's that?
I don't know. I think it's
Gotta
down in the
find that.
southern part. But you know that week that we're homeless when we're down there in April or
Yeah.
March, late March. Maybe we could run over and do a tour of that factory.
I'd like to do that.
It's so fun visiting these factories that were kind of like off limits to us before. And whatever we do with somebody else, we're going to make sure that we can go visit other factories and talk about and do stuff like that. That will be
It's
really
just
fun.
interesting.
But it is really nice. Edward jumps in and says, come on, Edward. Oh, there he is. Many RVs are not 4-season types.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
I talked about that in the podcast episode this past week, and you're right. There are not many at all. Many of them will say 4-season, but if you really check them out, they're not. There is a lot of work going on right now in the Class B industry, and we have some in that Tampa video about taking the lithium batteries, which are notorious for not working well in very cold weather. They don't discharge or charge well when it's really cold. Like this Arctic vortex is going to cause some issues with them. So most of them are mounted underneath the chassis, or on the bottom of the chassis, underneath the sofa and outside. We noticed that some manufacturers are moving them inside the coach, as well as the fresh water tank, which is always much warmer. And then they are doing much more insulation on them. We saw one manufacturer that said, I think they have it tested to 5 above 0. And they didn't freeze. So that's all encouraging, but be careful when somebody says 4-season. Ask them, does that mean I don't have to winterize? And you'll find you do if you're storing it. If you're running the heat inside, maybe not for a while, but make sure you know what they're
Question.
talking about.
What we have had the last several, we plug in to have electricity to keep things going.
Right. And so we're always charging the batteries,
Right.
and that helps, yes.
Are most RVs like that, or is that an exception?
No, most of them will let you do that.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have like
30
we have
amp.
we ran a 30 amp. It's expensive to run it out. We have a 30 amp in our driveway, and we keep it plugged in. And I run through the batteries. I cycle the different banks of batteries.
Maybe we shouldn't tell people that. Edison's always telling us that we use too much electricity.
Hey, do us a favor. If you're watching this right now, give us a thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up thing. We want to see some thumbs going up. We're hoping that Google will notice that people actually watch and listen to this, and it'll help us with our search results, and that would be kind of fun. Robert Allen jumps in and says, I remember Mike on Detroit TV. Good memories. I just turned 66. Well, yeah, I spent how many years? 18 years on Detroit TV. I was an investigative reporter and burned out. And when I retired, that's how we got the RV. We were going to go take our time and go to many of the places I parachuted in, for that quick media hit. And we ended up loving this lifestyle.
Is that where I should say you don't want to be an investigative reporter now? You don't want to go
here's
seek
what's
out
happening.
bad
Every now and then on our Facebook group, we'll get somebody who wants to criticize a manufacturer or a dealer, And I understand it's really frustrating, but as a reporter, when somebody makes these charges, that's what they are allegations against a company. It isn't fair just to leave those up without asking for a comment from the other side, or because there's two sides, right? Everybody agrees to that and everything. Well, I don't want to do that. I did that my whole career. I'm done with being an investigative reporter. As Jennifer says, we just want to have fun. So I want to keep it positive. I do my best to keep it positive. Sometimes I get a little testy. I'm sorry when I do. You all know I have a heart of gold. Love you all. And sometimes I get testy when people, violate the rules of not being positive. I don't care, comment, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to dig into allegations and charges. There's other places people can do that. I want to have fun and talk about that. But that's what I did for many years in Detroit. My beat was crime. The mafia and crime,
drugs,
corruption, drugs. We were
followed home, threats. We were done with all that.
I mean, it was a fun job. It was a lot of adrenaline, but I have sympathy for first responders and police officers because I did 18 years of pretty intense stuff, and I was turning cynical. I mean, you all know me as a pretty happy guy, except every now and then somebody gets under my
snaps.
I try not to, but I do. I got to work on that.
And then I think also, this is probably a good time to say that we are not engineers. I mean, like if we watch...
You are more of an engineer than I am.
If we watch a wire go like this, and if there's a kink in it, we don't know if that kink is supposed to be there or not supposed to be there. So, we tell you what people say. We are not engineers.
And I mean,
and we don't want to be.
No, we don't. We want to go.
We want to have fun.
How beautiful snow is in the wintertime and that you can camp in it. And then we want to chase that sun to where it's warm and watch spring come across the country. That's what we want to do this spring, by the way, is go in search of spring. We did that. We've done that a couple of times over the years, but
usually we're in search of winter.
So we want to have
in search of spring.
We want to have a lot of fun. Mark, you got to save your money. He's put another $1.99 super chat in there. DIY is what I would like next. But are you talking about videos, Mark, or you want to do it yourself?
A rig, a van. He wants to.
We met this great couple who live, it turns out, not far from our Sticks and Bricks home in Michigan, who did a DIY on a Sprinter van. And they will be in the video that we're doing in a couple of weeks.
And they're both engineers.
They're both engineers, so you can see us too. No.
But then that's adventure, or I say adventure.
It's their hobby. It's their
It's not adventure.
What is it?
Oh.
What?
Our video coming up this week. I want to call it. I want to say adventure. Advanced.
Advanced
I want to make it an adventure rather than
advanced. Advanced RV is our video this Thursday.
They help people.
Yes.
Do that. They help people.
But
want.
Some people will just come in and do outfitting for them. But DIY is going. This couple really is neat. They bought a used Sprinter van from a casket salesman.
Got a good price on it.
In fact, they call their video Maury, like in Mortician, or they call their RV. And they just did a beautiful, beautiful DIY build on it, all custom the way they wanted it. And we'll have that. You'll see that. And then we did another couple who did the same thing.
You got to get to work. How come you're sitting here?
Yeah, I got to go. We did another one on a couple who did it with a Ford Transit van, and that was pretty fun.
You can do it.
What name brands in a used Class A do you guys recommend? Thanks. I think, hands down, that the Tiffin is probably my favorite. I mean, Prevost is beautiful, very expensive. They're all Class A's. I mean, the good ones are expensive. You can buy cheap ones, but you get what you pay for. But I am so impressed with what Tiffin does in their Class A's and even their Class C Wayfarer, which is a beautiful Class C. I've had the privilege of meeting Bob Tiffin. He's, he's way up there. He's got to be pushing 80 if he's not over it. And I remember he gave us some advice. Was that at Hershey, at one of the shows? And I said, Bob, you've been in this business a long time. What advice do you have for people shopping for an RV? And what he said has stuck with me for the last couple of years. And it's influencing even this search we're doing now. He says, go with a small company or a company that has a long history. And if their family name is on that company, that gives you the assurance that you're probably going to get a little better service because that's their family name on it. And So I point to them as an example, one of the nicest motorhomes ever. So hope that helps you, Randy. Um, all right, I've got to go through here really quick because we are all of time. I can't believe how great. Anne says she doesn't need to see the questions. Okay, anybody else? Let us know. Um, would you prefer a trailer or an RV? Asked Micah. You've always been partial to Airstream trailers.
Because when I was a little kid, they were shiny and beautiful, and yeah, I've always liked the Airstream.
Yeah.
But I love our RV.
Here's a question. We had this a lot last week. How much money could somebody make a year off of a YouTube channel? Well, if you've got about 1 million followers, 1 million subscribers, you could probably make a living. It would not be exorbitant, but you could make a living, and maybe you could do more because you would do brand deals. But if you're looking to make a living off of YouTube, those days are gone. There are probably some people who made a lot of money, but not many. So good luck on that. This is Gene. How do you keep diesel from gelling up in below zero weather and when it's parked in your driveway? I've never had a problem with that. I turn on, and most of, the diesel, you have a little heater that you turn on, and it actually heats up the diesel. It does it very quickly in just a few seconds. You turn it on, you wait till this little coil light on the dash goes out, then it'll start right up. So they're well aware of that. And
well, in Minnesota, we had to get something special to put in our gas.
Minnesota, we did. It was actually grade 1. That was when it was 21 below zero
Wind
real
chill,
temperature.
minus 50.
Yeah. And that was
we were taken care of by our friends in Wisconsin.
I didn't answer that question completely, but here's a similar Lulu travel trailer or fifth wheel. I think that I don't like the idea of having to tow something and backing it in and hooking it up. We like the Class B, the B plus, because you just pull in. You don't even have to hook up on most of them.
We have never pulled a fifth wheel. I wonder if a fifth wheel is more stable.
But you still got to unhook it. You got to back it up.
They're asking trailer or
fifth
wheel. There's no.
For us, it would not be either one.
We used to pull a trailer.
We've done it. We owned a trailer at one point.
We've never owned a fifth wheel.
We did own a pop-up as well, and I did not like backing those up or pulling them or having to hook it up, and that's just us. I would probably, it depends on whether you're going to want to use it to go to a lot of different places or stay in one place a long time. But
what type of hitch you've got, sway bars and hitches.
But maybe a travel trailer. I think it's a little more mobile than a fifth wheel, it seems to me. Fifth wheels are a little bigger generally.
It seems like a fifth wheel to me seems more substantial, easier to pull. We'll have to ask people to help us out there.
Micah must be a would-be YouTuber. How did you get started with your YouTube channel? Well, I started back putting stuff on YouTube, but basically just so I could embed stories on my blog. And it wasn't really until about a year and a half ago that I got really serious and saw YouTube as a great platform to do things like this. So we really enjoy YouTube. I love the community. It's a very responsive community, and it's really fun to put up the videos. So that's kind of how we started, and it's a lot of fun. The secret to anything is consistency and doing it as often as you can and with quality, trying to be really quality. Is the difference of opinion regarding the Mercedes-Benz engine simply a matter of affordability? I think you asked us a question, but I don't know of that difference of opinion. I know most RVers, the most popular RV out there right now is on the Mercedes Sprinter chassis. So I don't know of anybody who's saying, oh, we shouldn't get one of those. There probably are, but I've not run across them in 7 years, and we've had 5 Mercedes RVs that we've had. Brenda's in Dallas, had a waterline leak recently in my Road Trek CS Adventures XL. Are the waterlines more vulnerable since they run underneath and somewhat exposed? Still learning. Yes, they are. I mean, you're driving down the road and those waterlines will freeze up. They get really quick. The wind chill will freeze them. That's why you need to make sure you really run that pink antifreeze through them and that you don't have any water in there that isn't treated with antifreeze. And it's a mess when they freeze up. I had it happen to me once. We took it to a dealer. We sat inside a warm garage for a day, and eventually it melted, and fortunately it had not broken. So we were pretty lucky there.
And it's 8:05.
It's 8:05. That means that's where we want to go. Here's a question. I got some good questions coming through here. Polly, can RV parks specifically block Netflix streaming even if they otherwise provide Wi-Fi? Yes, many do, because the scandal of Wi-Fi. We have free Wi-Fi. Well, say there's 50 people in that park. Every one of those Wi-Fi connections degrades the speed by which you're able to download and watch or download anything on the internet or use it. So the more people using that Wi-Fi connection, the slower the internet's going to be. And that's why many of the parks will not let you download streaming video. And yes, they can, and they do. So it gets kind of crazy. Have you ever tried to access your battery on your Sprinters? Not that easy. Keep up the good work. Well, do you mean the chassis battery or the lithium batteries? I would never try to access the lithium batteries. Nobody should do that unless a trained professional. The chassis battery, however, is right on, at least on the one I had on the Sprinter, is mounted underneath the front carpet, right between the driver and the passenger seat. And I've accessed that many times. I've hooked up power connectors there for like my amateur radio, and of course you always want to have it fused and kind of know what you want. Have you ever traveled to Park Hills, Kentucky? If you get there in the future, stop in and say hello to a real American hero, Nick Sandman. All right, well, there you go. Would you recommend any mobile suites and watching their process in I don't know what that is. Maybe that's another
RV must be another.
Might be. It might be. Okay, so I have to get out of here because here's the dates for the Detroit RV show, February 6th through the 10th. We might be here for the 6th. The 8th is kind of our getaway time if we can figure out.
Maybe we can get to that.
Yeah, we might go there. What's the longest length of time you've ever traveled on your van without needing to go to home base to take a break? Probably 3 months, and then we usually come back because somebody needs the grandkids fix. Me too. Yeah, me too. Who am I kidding? Yeah, and that goes. All right. Everybody is in there. I just love to see so many of you on this. Somebody says, is that your backyard? No, it isn't. It's just kind of in tribute of the solar, or the polar vortex that's going to grip most of the country this week. But our backyard, I should take a picture of our backyard. It'd be very pretty right now, and that would be that'd be pretty. That's a green screen that we have, folks. I'm running through this really quick. You have some great questions, and I would love to be able to get to all of them. Look at how many there are.
I know.
My
Maybe we should start later.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just joking.
I need somebody to help me figure out how to do these questions. I know some people have moderators, and I would like to answer every one. I'm still going through the scrolling list. I mean, there's just so many, and we've been on now an hour and 10 minutes, and I can't ask everybody to stay up that late on a Sunday night. You got to go to work. We got a snowstorm coming tomorrow. I want to, again, just remind you all, give us a thumbs up, please, before you go. And we'd love to get noticed by YouTube so these videos are seen more. And the way that happens is thumbs up, likes, and that's a big help if you give us those thumbs up. And also, if you subscribe. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do so. When you subscribe, there's like a little bell icon. Sometimes it's hard to find. And when you click that bell, then it will notify you when we put new videos up or if we're going to go live, and you can be among the first to see them. So thank you all so much for tuning in. This is one of the records. You make us all feel like this is the family. It's just really great to hear from you all and to see their names and the questions.
And we look forward to what adventures and what we're going to experience this coming week.
This has been a wild couple of weeks, but we're pretty excited about where we're headed. And tomorrow, the newsletter. Make sure you subscribe to our newsletter. You can find that at rvlifestyle.com. There's a subscription form there. Newsletter goes out at 6 a.m. We got about 45,000 people who get that every Monday morning. And when you subscribe to the newsletter, you get all sorts of perks, discounts and special deals and some of our free guides. So if you haven't done so, do that, and you'll get lots of stuff. On Wednesday is our podcast, and we'll talk kind of an interview with the owner of Advanced RV, and we'll talk about some of the luxury things people want in RVs, where the industry is headed, the technologies there. And on Thursday, we'll show you what it's like building a luxury RV that starts in price at around $250,000 and goes as high as $350,000. There's some beautiful RVs. So that's what we've got coming this week. Check us out on the Facebook group. Just search RV Lifestyle Group on Facebook. You got to join it, and we'll get you in. And stay positive out there. Stay warm out there. And we'll be sharing our life as we do on all of our different platforms. It's always great to see you guys. Thank you so much.
And happy trails.